we have some August visitors in June. All of you know Farm Alert very, very well. Farm Alert is an organization that has one of its objectives in educational institutions, especially veterinary medicine faculties. You may have noticed some changes happening in the veterinary teaching hospital. So today, Dr. Femi Kayode, who is the CEO of Farm Alert, is here with his team. 3 reasons. He's going to tell you those 3 reasons and explain to you the interventions they are carrying out already. 1 is to encourage you to own the veterinary teaching hospital. Then also you can own the profession. Number 2 is to give a facelift to the veterinary teaching hospital. I'm sure when you came in on Monday, you saw everywhere is white, as if you're entering the celestial system. Is that not so? So that's courtesy of Farm Alert. Then other things will also follow. Is that okay?
I was sitting just the way you guys said it. And one of the things I did when I finished, I really didn't want to practice vet medicine. Who wants to practice vet medicine here? Who doesn't want to practice vet medicine here? All right. So who is unsure whether you want to practice or you don't want to practice? Now, there's no hands that is raised. So I was very unsure. And I spent the first 1 year of my service years trying to look for other opportunities. And then my boss called me one time and said he has a friend, the chickens were dying and she was also dying. You know how you've collected loan, then what you collected loan for, it's having issues. So I went to the farm, attended to the birds, and things were solved. So she started sharing my number everywhere in Port Harcourt then. And by the time I got multiple calls, I asked myself, because in the business consulting firm, I was like a secretary, you know, everybody does the training. I'm the one who ensures that the DEX is put in place properly after all those training. So those people were calling me desperately because something is wrong that can also affect their lives. And then I'm here in the business consulting firm packing papers. So one day I asked myself, so what do I really want? And I took a shot into starting a veterinary clinic then. The small shot we took to start a veterinary clinic has resulted into what you people now call Farm Alert. And again, looking back, do I have regrets? And the answer is no. So why do I say I don't have any regrets? It's because when I see, we are all young really, but when I see a bit more younger colleague doing better than I do, I think our purpose is fulfilled. So why are they doing better? And please pay attention. Why are they doing better? There are key things we look out for when we want to ask people to stay in Farm Alert. The first culture we look out for is, how does this person own his environment? You cannot change what you have not owned. So I see bulk of people complain about this country, right? This country is not okay. The profession is not okay. Life generally is not okay. And I understand. I had a change of mind when I was in Port Harcourt. I went to visit my friend. And in a side conversation, his mom asked him to travel out then to the UK and he mentioned by the side that he was trying to decide whether he wants to go or not. That concept was very strange. Two concept was very strange for me. He decided what kind of dinner he wanted to eat. Okay, so for you it's not strange. For us, it's whatever it is served that you eat. You don't have a choice. So it's the same thing for you, right? You want to tell your mom you don't want oil, you want egg or omelette. You dare not. If they put yam and they put oil and put salt on it, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, all of you are Jabo, right? You don't have a choice. So my thought growing up was that you take whatever life gives to you. I didn't understand that sometimes you could just decide that let me not absorb everything life is giving to me. Maybe I could make an impact. Maybe I could change. Student, I want us to own the teaching hospital. If you don't change the teaching hospitals, you are learning something subconsciously. It's a culture of irresponsibility that you don't know. How long will you take in 500 level? 1 year. How long does it take to finish 600 level? Another 1 year. So technically you're spending 2 years. If you spend 2 years in this teaching hospital without making a significant change, that's who you are. That's what most likely you will replicate. So we are here in Farmalat with a proposition. We want the veterinary teaching hospital here to be like the reference place across, that if the president wants to attend to his animal, he comes here first. Is that possible? Right, good. You have unique advantage that we don't have. I don't have the courage to ask prof or profs. We don't have any profs working in Farmalat because we don't have the capacity. But the teaching hospital have several profs. You cannot be a prof until you are master of something, right?
Yeah.
So it means that the best veterinary care in Abuja, where should it be? People can beat whatever traffic, can pay whatever amount to get the best of care. 30 minutes drive to the teaching hospital is not too much. Am I breaking something?
Yeah.
Because I get to hear almost every now and then that the teaching hospital is far. There's nothing that destroys the strength of your brain like an excuse. See, you are all students. Your brain should be, it's not that you are young, that's when it can stretch. You can attract government officials here. You can attract the best of the best people. Don't say the teaching hospital is too far. It should be a taboo now in the teaching hospital to say it is your value that is not known. Let me share a quick joke and then I will pass over the mic to tell you whatever. I had a girlfriend then in Kaduna, and I will do standing from Port Harcourt to Zaria to go and see. Did you hear me? From Port Harcourt to Zaria to go and see when somebody. So I'm saying all these things to say that when value is seen, distance disappear. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Anybody who tells you the reason why clients are not coming here is for distance, tell the person the game has what? It has changed. So what are we going to do? First of all, our commitment in Farmalat is that we will give the frontage a facelift. We should be able to complete everything we want to do in another 1 week plus. Right. Thank you. The next thing is we will facilitate that the teaching hospital have a phone. We can get a phone for you guys. We can get a phone, right? The next thing is that you guys will we will work with our media team to open a Facebook an Instagram, a TikTok. Do you people have it here?
Yes, sir.
No. Those are. But are you people doing some surgical procedures here? I wish there's a dashboard here. We did some video when we were in Ghana. People don't pay for what they've not seen. We are hiding our value here in the teaching hospital. So it is now time to expose it so that the best of clients can come here.
I got into Pharmalab September last year, so I'm just like 8 months into the company, and I can tell you so far that this level of growth I've attained is because I decided to own the company. I actually run a business here in Abuja before I got the opportunity to work with Pharmalab, and when I was doing my business, I was a student, so the knowledge of that business, like how I owned it, is Ijebu Gari. I don't know if some of you here still remember. So I was selling Ijebu Gari on campus, and after graduating, I didn't have access to come to campus again. So I had to start going to town to supply people. And when I started at first, it was not easy. Like I had people telling me, no, we have, Ijebu Gari is everywhere. But I still had I still have to make them know that mine is different. So what Pharmalab does, we have several other companies also doing same, but there's a reason why we are distinct. There's a reason why we are different. There's a reason why we are the pace setters, and it's because all of us has decided to own Pharmalab. When I got to Liberia, there were so many challenges. There were hurdles. There were people telling you, oh no, we are all Africans, but in the same Africa, there are still people that believe, oh, Nigerians are coming to dominate, they are coming to take what is ours and stuff like that. So you appear in a place and they will not want to give you listening here because they believe you want to come and take what is theirs. So, but because Pharmalab is for us, if something is for you really, if you present your case to somebody and they give you a no for an answer, you won't just go back home and sleep. Even when you go back home, you are going to go home to think of better strategies that you can use, but you not just give up like that. So that's the same thing I would like for us to do with the veterinary teaching hospital. Although during our own set, that was in 2023 when I was in 600 level, we didn't have the privilege of having Pharmalab come talk to us this way. I'm sure if it had happened then, VTH would probably be better than it is right now. But we are glad that something like this is coming up, in which the next set coming should see the difference that this has done. And we really cannot do it alone. You guys are the ones here. We will always just come, help, assist, support, but we need your full 100%. And one of the most important things he said is no excuses. Honestly, the moment you start thinking about excuses, you cannot do anything. Don't use the weather as excuse. Don't say because it's raining. If it's raining and you have exams, you have to go for your exam because you know that your life, your results, your career is at stake. Do you understand? So the best way for us to build this VTH right now is to take ownership of it and not to give any excuses. Thank you.
So when when we were coming and Doctor was briefing us on what we are here today, I found it inspiring, really. I mean, I'm the most recent of everybody here. I graduated last year. So, and I thought about it. What if, as at the time I was in 500 or 600 levels, someone had come to teach me to own the veterinary teaching hospital? Can I do some things differently? Would it have affected how I approached learning? So most of you are probably, some of you are even thinking, let these people just finish and, you have lectures, you have other things to do. But is it possible to approach being a clinical student differently? Can you be present here in a different manner? Can you observe things that are not going right and fix it? Or do you have to wait for the person assumed responsible to come out? Why can't you be responsible? What is stopping you from taking responsibility over the task? Because, see, like I said, I'm the newest of everybody here, like in terms of how soon it is that we graduated. But there are very many things that I have been able to pick because I am deciding to take ownership. Trust me, there are things that if I give the excuse that it's not my responsibility, I'm not supposed to be doing this, like, they won't work. Like, it's not going to keep moving. So why would you be in a system like this? So we all like to think that we are smart, right? We all like to think that nobody here in your mind, nobody will feel like he or she is dumb. So, like, why can't you apply that smartness that you're perceiving in yourself? Why can't you apply it, like, in your life, in the clinic? Why can't you do something better? So this all is like this. This wire has been hanging. Has anybody ever thought, why is this thing exposed? Can I get a pipe? Are there pipes around? Is there anything that can be done? Like, this kind of system thinking, this kind of order thinking is what we are here to preach. And I'm using the term preach because this is Nigeria. A lot of people don't pay attention to things. So, like, if not anything else, like, if you don't speak anything, I want you to go home with a thought, or leave this all with a thought that if it's one thing that I can do and I can do it better, then I've done something. So if it's that I come into the VTH today and the chairs are not orderly and I arranged it, I have achieved something today. I'm making something better. The level of excellence that we are striving that the VTH would have is not something that they can do on their own. It's going to take the energy from the students, and you all have to be willing to show up for it. It's not going to be easy, but you have to go through a rebirth in your head. How do I do things better? It's really that simple. How can I do this better? So, like, the thought of doing things in a better way, the thought of showing up different, the thought of owning things, take responsibility. Yes, it's the VTH, it's owned by the university, lecturers come, but, like, I'm a student here. I own this too. If something happens, it affects me too. So the system is bad, but what can I do? How can I make something different in it? So, well, I hope that I've been able to say a thing or two. I hope that I've been able to resonate, because I was in your shoes just some months ago. But yeah, look forward to beautiful things like that are going to be done. It's going to be a revolution, really, and I hope we are going to be a part of it. Thank you.
When I joined Farm Alert, of course I joined like everybody else. I was as green as everybody. Everything I learned in Farm Alert, and I wish I had learned it earlier, because I will have been better than I am right now. And don't think that because we are here and then we are saying, oh, these young people are doing exploits, we're going to stop. We're not stopping. No, this is just like our starting point. Farm Alert is ours. Dr. Nancy was my first boss, and if there's anything I've picked from her, is the fact that I own Farm Alert. It's Dr. Femi that started and everything, but it's a collective effort. So we're here to tell you, so you don't forget. We are saying it again and again that this school is yours. The VTH is yours. Nobody's coming to save you. If you don't save your VTH, it remains the way it is. You guys will pass without any impact. You will want to impact. Africa has one of the youngest population in the whole world. So if you are making impact that will impact the upcoming generation, be rest assured that people will remember your name. I'm sure there are people that have left Uni Abuja that you people still remember their names, right? Those people doing politics, some class reps that you remember their names. Be remembered. There's nothing proud to. Yes, as Christians, we want to be humble. I mean, not we normally want to be humble. We want to be respectful. But if you want to be a trailblazer, sometimes you will come off as not wanting to be disrespectful. But if you know where you're going to, whether you're young, whether you're old, it really doesn't matter. And all you have to do is to always strive for the best, of course. And please believe in yourself. There's nothing you cannot do. You wake up today and say you want to buy private jets. It's possible, because the sky is as wide and the universe can give you what you want. So today you decide that you're making this happen. Normally the CEO tells us that you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself, you tell yourself what you want to believe. I take that as gospel. It's very, very true. I wake up and tell myself, it will look like a madness. Sometimes people might not understand, okay, you believe too much in yourself, but if you don't believe in yourself, who will? If you don't believe that your VTH is going to work, no one will come. Nobody will believe you. So today, as we are leaving, please always remember that you own this place. The lecturers are here to back you up. They are doing everything they can to tell you that, okay, this is your place, but you have to own it. And this is the time to start. Today is the time to start. Don't give, please, excuses. We don't take excuses in Farmerland, and you should not take excuse, no matter where you are. Thank you.
600 students were there. But from that particular visit, that is actually why something different is happening in your VTH, right? And I would want to approach it from this angle, right? The reason it's happening is because Dr. Femi Kayode decided to own the veterinary profession. If he didn't own the veterinary profession, he would come here, and when we are done, we will enter our vehicles and go back. Like, it's really, so apologies, but it's really not his business. Abi, is he the one that brought any of us here? Is it did Dr. Femi come to your house and say you should study vet medicine? So it's really not supposed to be his business, but he has made it his business. And for some reasons, for making it his business, he has automatically made it Farmerland's business. So we cannot wake up and say we don't care about whether you come out or you turn out well or you don't turn out well. Any of us, if you see us anywhere and then you ever hear anybody who is working with Farmerland as a vet say they don't care about the vet community, the person is not working with Farmerland. Like, you literally walk into Farmerland and you would have to learn to own the profession. Like, you have to learn it. You cannot do without it, because there's nothing that is going to work if you don't own it. Like, nothing really. The VTH is here now, right? And we are fixing it. I think the last time we came to check the work that is being done, we were talking to some students, and all of them still said the same thing, is around the location, right? And after that conversation, there was something that I just said. I said, no, it can't be location. From my school, it's in Umudike. Umudike is not the state. It's not the state capital. Umuahia is. Who is from Abia State here? Is anybody from Abia State? You're from Abia State. Which part of Abia State? Umuahia. Do you know where Umudike is? Is Umudike in town? Like, if you are leaving Umudike to go to town, you will literally have to take a vehicle. And when you're taking the vehicle, you're telling them you're going to town. Yeah. So which means Umudike is in the village, right? But when I was a student, I told them that day that the first case of bone surgeries the bone surgeries I ever saw, none were from Umuahia, none were from Abia State. All the bone surgeries or the cases I saw in school were all referred to the VTH, some from Imo State. Really. Like, they were from neighboring states, they were not from Abia. So if people can move their dogs or their cats from another state down to Umudike to come and, like, somewhere from Akwa Ibom now, and they all come down to the VTH to do some surgeries based on referrals, right? So why on earth will we be saying that Gwawalada is far? And then I still made an instance. I said, VTH is here, right? We have, at least I know, like 4 veterinary clinics that are around Gwawalada. Or you people don't know we have veterinary clinics around here? We have now. How many of them have? So they are doing their bits. But do they have what the VTH has? The answer is no. They don't even have the space VTH has now. Talk more of the equipment that are in this place. They don't have it. Like, no, they don't. I know all the veterinary clinics. They don't have it. So why on earth will you have what you have here, and then you will now place and, let's say, if it's actually a very negative embargo, and say it's location. It's not location that is the problem. It's the fact that none of you have actually stood up and said, this place, I want it to move forward, and I want it to move forward with my name on it.
Yeah.
Like, if you wake up any morning and you are coming from your hostels, and you are singing it in your head, today I'm going to make a difference in the VTH. Today I'm going to make a difference in the VTH. When you enter the VTH, if you see something that is bad, you will not wait for him to come out and tell you. You will not even wait for him. You will not wait for any of your lecturers. we went to a school and they said the horse died. And then they don't have any other horse there again. So why did the horse die? And the whole story, frankly, if any of the students really owned that horse, they will still have a horse in that school and they will be using it for their practicals. And I still gave an example that I know a student who literally, like, he kept taking care of the horse. You will come in the morning and we have lectures by 9. He's already there by 6 a.m. taking care of the horse. Unfortunately, by the time he left school, he left and nobody took over. And the horse died. He was not a lecturer now. Nobody was paying him for it. But he was taking care of it. By the time he left, it didn't take 1 year and the horse died. So what killed it? Is it because the horse wanted to die? It's not now. It's because nobody agreed to own it. Nobody agreed to own the place. So that's what we are bringing to your let's say to your doorstep now, right? How many of you will want to own veterinary clinics after now? Like, own your own veterinary clinics? Of course. So what knowledge do you have that you are going to use and run your own veterinary clinic? Do you have any knowledge of running a business? Do you? Do you think you can learn veterinary business here? Do you think you can learn veterinary business here as it is now? No, the answer is no, really, because there's nothing. You're not doing any business here for now. You people are all placing an embargo and saying the location is far. But if we start something here, you can learn veterinary business here, you can learn the clinicals here, and then by the time you leave, if you're starting your own, you will carry the knowledge from here into your own private business. You will learn the excellence that is needed. Hope you people know you somebody. He said the president can come here, but do you know there is a veterinarian in this country that is still treating the president's animals? Please, it's a plea, boys. So of course we know there is not everybody that will still understand or decide, because this is actually a decision, right? You or anybody who is going to take this up is going to have to decide. Like, you're going to have to decide that this place, I'm going to learn whatever it is I need to learn to move forward. So it's not everybody, but we are hoping that after hearing everything we have to say, that 50% or 25% or 10% of you would think about it, come in tomorrow and try to make a difference.
Hello, my name is Danjuma Muhibba Yunusa. I am a 600 level veterinary medical student in the University of Abuja. Yeah, it was really insightful. I got to learn a lot, and most importantly, I feel more motivated and encouraged to keep doing what I'm doing and keep putting my best, most importantly, to own the University of Abuja's Veterinary Teaching Hospital. So it has been really, really impactful. Thank you to all the organizers.